26 years, working with people that have a hard time just making the bills, much less anything extra like health insurance. Just wanted to tell you a heartbreaker from my clinical practice files. I was working part-time for an adoption agency. At one point, we received a call to go to talk to a woman who had been a medical missionary in Mexico. She was a white woman. She was in her late 40s. And she said she wanted to place her children for adoption. And we didn't know a whole lot about it except that she was sick. When I got there, this was in Siloam Springs, Arkansas, I learned that she had terminal breast cancer. She had a 10-year-old boy that she wanted placed in a good home before she died. She had no health insurance. She also had a 17-year-old boy who was going to turn 18 in a very few months. And he was an illegal Mexican boy who had been placed in her arms in a town in Mexico many years ago by a dying single mother. So here he goes, being passed on to someone else for the second time. I asked her what happened, that she never had insurance, and she just described a string of part-time jobs. We all know those jobs when you have no education. And she felt too badly to take the services of a doctor for free. She had been given some free service, but couldn't by her, conscience, the building medical bills. And she couldn't afford the surgery. And so now she was beyond help by anyone. Her wish was to try to get these two boys placed or helped. And we did locate an attorney for her who could maybe help with the boys' immigration issues so that maybe he could have a little bit of slack after he turned 18 and not be deported until he could get a legal, a process started so he could become a legal immigrant. He had never had a birth certificate, never had any papers. She wasn't even sure how the Lord led her across the border with him in the first place. Just some sweet smiles and lots of luck on a busy day at the border got her across with this baby she wanted to save. She died again before he turned 18, but the attorney and her church took care of him until other things could get arranged, and we placed the 10-year-old. On a personal note, I lost a job once. I was working for a state agency in another state. I was working for a juvenile justice agency, the irony of this. And I was told, oh, COBRA will be there for you when you get done. Right. I called and priced the COBRA insurance. What do you think it was about 10 years ago? $1,200. $1,200. I don't know why. It was maybe a different state, I don't know why. $1,200 a month and you have no job? How are you going to do that? So before too long, I landed another job, and I'm okay now, but my husband and I have just been paying, what was it, $8,000 and something between the two of us just to keep insurance. I don't know how anybody does it. My husband has been bankrupted twice before I came into his life by health care bills from a severely ill wife. So he's not the type to come up here and tell you the story, but he's been through hell and back.